Okay, so of course I wasn't plugged in, so my audio wasn't working. Anyway, we're gonna do this again. So I just want to talk for a minute about my personal opinion about the Kendrick Lamar Drake situation. Mostly because I think it's pretty interesting. I feel like the men of the internet have gathered together to make commentary about something. They just feel so strongly about this beef, and it's like fascinating. I feel like they have like Taylor Swift esque energy. It's just gotten everyone so excited, and I don't know. I guess I didn't know that these men were passionate about anything, but looks like Drake and Kendrick Lamar beefing can bring people together. Um, Now I think on the one track from Drake, my cats want to be a part of this, but I closed the door. On the one track from Drake, I feel like he was trying to make a point. He was like, I need to give these Swifties a moment, right? I don't want to do any drops because obviously Taylor Swift had a drop and it's been major. Like, all the girls are listening to Taylor Swift, but the what's happening with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, also, to be clear, this is counterculture, which a lot of people are talking about, don't get me wrong. But in terms of like music and culture right now, I would say Taylor Swift and Morgan Wallen have captured, if you're out in the real world, okay, like Tortured Poets Department is everywhere. There was just an Amazon Music drop where Taylor explains track by track. Morgan Wallen just did 3 shows in Nashville that completely changed the fucking city. Like, these are things that are really happening currently in America. I'm not saying that the Kendrick Lamar Drake thing isn't real and it doesn't matter. It definitely does. And it's just got the men talking. So, and I've even seen some of the women, some of the black women that I follow have made videos about this. So there's some things that I want to say from like this part of girl world, right? And how I personally have reacted, or like I definitely don't have any of these tracks on like replay. I listened to them all like one time. And the one I want to talk about, the one that's like standing out to me most, was the one from like last night. I think I was like out last night and then I heard it, but I feel like it was kind of similar to the other one. Like, we're talking about Kendrick's tracks for a second, because like Kendrick Lamar seems to be trying to point out that Drake has another child, a girl, a female child that's 11, and he's trying to send a message to her. And I want to start there. Like, neither one of these men are displaying behavior that should be promoted as like something that you should idolize or copy. And the sad thing is that, you know, both of them are. It does feel like the last thing that I heard from Drake, which was like just released, that he's kind of saying he wants to put an end to it. And like, I don't even want to, he's basically saying that all of the allegations are false. And if there was something of substance that he said was true, he wants to hear it, he would, you know, respond to it. A lot of other people can just keep saying Drake is ended, though. You ended Drake. Oh my God. Kendrick Lamar had such a great take. I don't really know. Like, a lot of it was like almost trying to critique his parenthood and then talk about women who he slept with. So there was some insinuation that he's like a pedophile. He sleeps with underage women. I don't know. Like, Drake is here's the thing I think we need to keep in mind. In the same way that all the Swifties are keeping track on Taylor Swift's relationships, all the, I don't know, what should we call them, the 6 Poppy fans, they are too. So people know who Drake is dating. If you're like a Drake fan, you could easily figure out who he's dating, because it's kind of like public information. Like, he's running around with strippers and we like know this. Like, he's like posting online with them. Like, it's like, we know that he's like at the strip club because he's like on the Instagram page. He'll tell you if he's in Turks and Caicos. Like, I don't understand how there's all these allegations that Drake is up here, you know. Don't get me wrong, he's like a fuckboy for sure. Like, I think he's come out and said it, and he also shared his personal feelings about marriage and how anti-marriage he is. I mean, we could all critique it and be like, oh, you're like non-religious, or you're anti-Christian or something because you won't marry anybody, or you know, be in a serious long-term relationship with somebody, but that's his fucking choice. Like men who have like a lot of money, they seem to behave like that. It's not only him. So the other thing is like Drake and Kendrick Lamar are not the same level of celebrity. Like Drake is like a massive pop star. He's like Justin Bieber level. Like Kendrick Lamar is like, he's a really big rapper, don't get me wrong, but he's not on the same level as Drake in terms of like popularity and like how can you say it? Like hip hop and rap are a smaller subgenre of music. There's just not that many rap and hip hop core listeners and core fans. It is hip hop and rap culture is very major in a lot of Black communities, we can say that. But Black people in America, again, are only 12% of the population. And even think about all the Black people you know, not all of them listen to music, to rap music, even girls. Like rap music is like not that popular amongst like women, right? So 50% of any group is going to be women, and like rap is not the prominent genre among women. Even Black women, like go talk to any like Black woman who's in her like 30s or 40s, they'll be like at the Anita Baker concert. You know what I mean? Like they're still listening to like Sade or like, you know, whatever old people like listen to. It's not hardcore rap. So keep that in mind. So of the population of people who are, you know, fans of him, I think it's great. And I think Drake made some great points on tonight's track where he was like, you got your own fans riled up and they got you writing again, and this is great. But I don't even know. I wish I could remember any of the disses that Drake even made about Kendrick Lamar. I don't know. It just kind of seemed like not silly, but I guess maybe this beef stuff has been happening for a very long time in terms of like people making songs where you just go back and forth about other people. Like it's almost like kindergarten name calling or something, and you're just like, I hate your shoes. I hate your jacket. Oh, you suck. Boo, you know, or whatever the insults that you make in kindergarten or some shit. Like, I don't know. Who actually cares? The thing is, like, Kendrick Lamar isn't more moral here. That's the thing. Because all the think pieces I heard, they seem to, some of them were interesting because they were unpacking things about like culture and race. Oh, Drake's not Black. Oh, Drake is Black. Oh, Drake can't use the N-word. Oh, Drake doesn't write his own raps. Oh, Drake is, it was like critiquing all these like behaviors and things that are like, it was like respectability politics in Black culture, which was weird. I don't know why we're still having that fucking conversation. But I also think there was a lot of stuff that came up where I just disagreed with so many people. I listened to what they said, but I just disagreed because I think some of it was about just like social class. Like I think there's a lot of like Kendrick Lamar's existence that has to do with like poverty, and like people keep talking about Good Kid, Mad City, and like I don't know. I don't listen to Kendrick Lamar like at all. Even some of the shit that when that album came out, I still haven't heard it. And I like sometimes if it's like a really good hip hop album, I will give it a listen. I swear to you, like the only song that I know is like Pour Up, Drink, but no, but Drink. And it was like, even when I saw the video, it was like by a pool. None of it like made any sense to me. Like I saw it and it was just weird. I was like, this is not for me. Clearly it was for somebody. Like there are people who heard it and then they like identified with it. I'm just saying like, that wasn't me. Like I didn't listen to it and was like, oh yeah, this just speaks to me. Like that just wasn't my experience, but whatever. It definitely like hit a lot of people in a way where they were like, oh, this is great. And that's fine. That is fine. I just wasn't one of those people. Like when I'm thinking about, you know, maybe Drake at that point in his career where I don't know why, but for me, the thing that was coming up is the video he did that was like, hell yeah, fucking right. That music video where he was at a bar mitzvah. It was just like this cultural thing, you know, that happens in all Jewish families, and it's like, why are we pretending like culture and tradition don't exist just because you like to rap or you don't like to rap or something? Like what? Yeah. And then it's like, it seems like Kendrick Lamar is trying to bring up all of these, he's like trying to police Drake's character. And almost, it seems like a lot of people interpret the songs that came out as like character assassination because they have something to do with his ability or inability to parent or co-parent a child, as though they are just so aware of like everything that's going on in this grown-ass man's life. Like I know as a grown-up, like like there's so many things like I don't even tell like my fucking parents, like they don't even know. And like I don't have nearly as much wealth or access as Drake, so he could hide like quite a lot of shit and like you wouldn't know. Yes, TMZ has ways and shit, but like he's not even an American. He probably has a whole fucking life in like Canada that like we don't really know about. Like in all honesty, like we're just like consumers of pop culture, and like the back channels and the gossip girls on the internet who follow Drake's escapades. I follow models obviously, so I could tell you about like Drake going in and out of Iman Hammond's apartment building, but like there's like other shit. We just like, I'm not following like the stripper chronicles of like, all the shit that he's doing over there. So it's all kind of weird. The point is though, I thought it was very strange to hear Kendrick Lamar talking about how he's trying to make a song for Drake's future daughter or something to listen to, as though that's a good idea. Like to me, that was so cringe. It was so cringe and gross. Like you are literally making music for a person that you hate's offspring to listen to, and you're not a role model to your enemy's child. That is like so fucking strange. Like something is wrong with you. Like that's the thing that I think people need to, especially people in the Black community, need to kind of come to terms with. It is perfectly okay for you to like be over there hating someone. You could just be like, oh, this person gets on my fucking nerves. But at no point, like, why would you want to do or interact or have any sort of like, the best thing to do if you honestly do not like someone is like, leave them alone. Leave them the fuck alone. Go away. Be away. Like, find a way to exist that has nothing to do with that person. It will bring you so much peace. I can fucking tell you. Seriously, that's true. And there's a lot of other things, a lot of other joy that you will have in life without, having anything to do with that person. It is just so, imagine hating someone so much though that like you actually want to be in their child's life. That is so fucking strange. Like there's something demonic about that. So it's very strange to hear like Kendrick Lamar talking about, the moral character of Drake as a father, as he is a father himself. It sounds like it's just like, bro, you need to just stay in your own fucking lane over there with your kids. We don't all need to know about your personal opinion about somebody else's though. Like for real. And then here's another thing I heard that I thought was strange. I heard Drake and Kendrick Lamar talking about, there's something about like Southern California men and who's a gangster and who's not. As a person who grew up in California, and I'm not going to say I actually understand a whole bunch of shit about Southern California and gangs, but there's definitely like clusters of poor Black people in spaces all over California, and Southern California is one of those places. So there is kind of a lot of culture there, but it's not necessarily good. Like it has done nothing except contribute to drug culture and violent culture, abortions and death. So what good stories do we have coming from there? Like none. Every rap, that's why like, it's not drill rap necessarily. Like I think drill rap is more notorious in like in Atlanta, but in Southern California, like gangster rap was the thing. Why? Because everyone just murders and then that's it. Nobody attends like funerals or anything. No one has respect for the dead people. They just like murder and move on. The song is like, I shot him, bang, bang, bang. And then a person is dead. And it's just like, yeah, well, that's it. Like, yeah, I don't even know. Clearly there was like so much trauma that had like already happened that no one, even cared about the death. Like, where was the family members, the mother, the father, the aunt, uncles, family members, you know, coworkers, fucking anything? And it's just like, oh, well, there was no one. And that is very sad, and that's very tragic. And also, it's very fucking weird. It's weird. There's your spouse, person. Both of these men would be better off if they just had a spouse. Like, I hope that, you know, Kendrick Lamar should take his ass to therapy and, like, I don't know, the fact that this is the thing that's causing him to put out, like, people are talking about how he's sitting on secrets. Like, why are you sitting on secrets about another person? Like, literally, you don't have anything better to do in your life than talk about another fucking person. I guess, like, I'm doing that right now, but it's because it's a pop culture thing that keeps coming up, and I'm super judgmental. And it's also, I think it's like abnormal behavior that on this therapy side of the corner, we should talk about how they're just both fucked up. I don't know. To me, Drake sounds like the more pragmatic person here. Like, Kendrick just seems, it's like every track. Like, why are you putting out like 7 tracks, like dissecting another man's life? We know that Drake is a fuckboy, and also we like clearly know how these fuckboys move. But Kendrick is not better for calling it out. He's just like gossip boy. So, no. That's my 2 cents. I'm not really gonna spend more time talking about that, but yeah, that's what happened.